Because again, when you're able to increase that experience in your body for you, you're doing it for others around you as well.
Yeah. Do it for yourself, you do it for all.
Yeah. And Jesse's question always, Joe, about what's on the other side of that. You know, to ask yourself, so if you're being rejected, what's on the other side?
Acceptance,
Yeah.
held.
Yeah. And that's often also an indication of what the other person needs, not necessarily that saying that you need to be the one to provide it, right? Especially in intimate relationships, it's really difficult. It can be very difficult, put it that way. When there's trauma and trauma bonding, it's really hard. And that's often the case in marriages. Not to say that the whole marriage is a trauma bonding, but the degrees of it. And so you're often not the person to be saying or doing anything to get to that other side in that moment. So you wait, but you do that self-talk and you have that awareness.
But then in Gene Keys, it talks about like the shadow is the lower vibration, like hell. Then the gift is like purgatory, and then the city is like the highest divine vibration. Oh, I've lost myself. Have you read the book, Alison?
No, I haven't yet.
Do you know, like, it's literally 2 minutes, you know, if you just go to genekeys.com, yeah, and put in your name, your date of birth, where you grew up, where you were born, and it'll tell you what your gene keys are. And it'll give you it'll give you an audio and text. It's so powerful, man. It's ridiculous.
I believe that there's been a lot of evidence about it. I've just been busy with other stuff, so I haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
And the guy that developed it just seems like such an amazing person, right?
Yeah. But like in that, it tells me that I'm here to learn about Gene Key 10. And Gene Key 10 even does mention narcissism. Yeah, so it's like I've come to learn about narcissism. Do you know what I mean? In myself, in the world. You know what I mean? What about even if all this bullshit is just a flipping projection of my own shit? Like, fucking heck. But anyway.
So if you had to translate narcissism into ordinary words, how would you translate it, Joe?
Not being very nice.
Okay, so I'll give you a different interpretation. It's very, very deep wounding.
Yeah.
And if you had to do what you have always felt drawn to, and that is to teach love in the world,
Yeah.
then you've got to know what's on the other side of that, right? In terms of the duality that we live in. So there's a Buddhist psychologist that talks about compassion, and he says openly, this is the theory. It's not his mind that came up with this, but compassion is where love meets suffering, and love survives.
Wow.
Is that not amazing?
Yeah, beautiful. That reminds me of something Wayne Dyer said. He said, you know, whatever feeling's coming up, just tell yourself. Like if it's a big scary feeling, just say, I'm bigger than this.
That's
You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
It's just a feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. There's that one essay of the Vietnamese monk Thich Nhat Hanh, where he talks about the clouds. And my teacher used to always say, your blue sky, the clouds come and go.
Yeah.
Right? It's just
Yeah.
it's an easier and quicker metaphor for us to think about being sky than what it is about being earth, I think. I
Mm.
don't know why, but it just does feel like that. And
Yeah, that's it. When you're in that big thick cloud, you're like thinking, shit, I can't get out, but it's just literally gonna end up flying past.
yeah, as does the lightning and the rain and the hail and the snow. But you're the sky, and in the sky you have the sun and the moon and all those amazing planets. So talking about that, my words for today were free falling and free floating.
Mm. Free falling. Free flowing. It's just come back to me what I was going to say. In the Gene Keys, it says, when you go to that Siddha, your true self is no self. So maybe this is all my old self just being burnt off.
Mm-hmm.
Dissolved.
Mm. Mm. Embraced,
Mm-hmm.
embodied.
Mm.
Integrated.
Mm.
Through it is the only learning, is the only experience, it's the only way. And we can, what I'll celebrate, and that's to the point where Allison stepped in and celebrated awareness, right? It's stepping into that feeling, embracing it as such, as just what is the information.
Mm. Mm.
And dissolving ourself into that information. That is progress.
Yeah, the drop just becomes part of the ocean. It loses itself in the ocean.
And becomes something new.
Yes. It's the life and death cycle.
Mhm. So I've got something about cycles. That I will read quickly. From the atomic to the cosmic, the physical can only be cyclical. The more you are identified with your body, the more cyclical you become.
Can you say it one more time?
Yeah. The atomic to the cosmic, the physical can only be cyclical. The more you are identified with your body, the more cyclical you become. So this has got a lot to do with identity. So for me, nature is cyclical. That when we are increasingly more identified with the cosmic, then we are the cosmic, which is stable, but we observe the cycles. Sorry, guys.
Oh, thank you, Alison. That was amazing. Thank you.
You're very welcome. It's a quote. It's not mine. It's a yoga quote. I'll send it to you, Joe.
Thanks for bringing it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you from me too. It's a big one.
No, it really spoke to me today. Hi, Ellie.
Hi guys, how you going?
Good evening, Ellie.
I just finished work, so I'm just listening in. Hope everyone's having a good morning.
Yes, we've had a great start to the morning. Lots of awareness.
Oh, I
Been
love
dancing already.
it. Nice.
And celebrating breakthroughs.
Guys, I'll be back in a few minutes. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay on, but I just need to nip somewhere. Love you, alright?
Yeah.
Big love, Ali. Welcome, welcome.
Just even thinking of your words, Alison, free falling, free floating. It's like just that is a cycle.
Yes, good catch.
A cycle that's in the heavens, yeah, not so much earthly or personally or identity connected.
Yeah.
Anyone else with a word for their day?
I just got a question that begs to be asked. So is the soul's true nature cyclical, or is that only a physical material experience?
Well, what do you think, Craig?
Seems to me that a cycle seems to me that a cycle is a form of entrapment.
Mhm.
Can be if it's interpreted as such.
That's I was going to say, I think our soul's nature purpose is a trap.
Yeah, because for me, where that question is coming from is came to realize this a few years ago, but it's becoming more and more pronounced now, is how related my earth experience is to the cycles of the moon.
Well, our bodies wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for the moon.
Well, yeah. But what's interesting about it is before I was aware of that, I may have been living at the mercy of those cycles. And now that I'm aware of that, it's become a power that I can co-create with.
Mhm.
It's become a cycle that I can unite with and be empowered by.
Mhm. It's that's the power of awareness.
Yeah. What's really interesting too is I discovered, I was doing a little bit of research about a week ago, and I discovered that the planet Uranus, for quite an extended period of time, will be conjunct my natal moon. like planet Uranus is in the same place in the sky that my moon, the moon was when I was born. And so there's an interaction between, there's a relationship going on between the energy of Uranus, the planet, and my natal moon imprint.
Did you find that out with the gene keys?
Actually, I have an ephemeris an ephemeris is all the planetary locations on a day-by-day basis, including the moon. And I was looking at that about a week ago, and I realized that was the way things were
That's so
in the
cool.
sky right now. Yeah. And and those locations, instead of using degrees around the mandala, you can actually use the gene keys numbers to like this ephemeris I use actually uses the gene keys numbers. And so that's how I became aware of it, was because I knew my gene keys numbers.
I've been addicted to that book all day today. Every opportunity the last 2 days I've been listening to that book.
Yeah. So it's very.
It's interesting too. The concept is our true nature a trap?
Well, and here's another question that's come to light too. Is my true nature my soul's true nature, or is it the nature of my soul in a human body in this incarnation?
Wow, that's a bit deep.
Yeah. And seeing what I've come to realize this week is that as a society, as a collective, there's been an assumption made that this human nature that we're experiencing right now is a human being's true nature. And I've come to realize that it's not. That the human nature we're experiencing right now in the physical is a long ways off from the true nature of a human being as designed, as intended. And I'm experiencing these massive downloads that suggest what true human nature actually is, like what a human being actually is, and what a human being is actually capable of. And what a human being was actually like before dark energy overtook it. Because that's what's being restored now on the planet. the collective consciousness is moving back toward the original glory and magnificence of a human being. So you can see how all of this is synthesizing. It's like I'm remembering what a human being was like back in the glory days. That human being that created the pyramids without machinery or technology. Just for an example.
So circle back to your question.
Yeah.
And I'll say, hi, Nikki. Good morning. Welcome.
So yeah, please, Jesse, circle back.
So is the true soul's purpose, nature, desire a trap?
Nope. That's the only desire that isn't. As Joe
Oh.
brought into our group about a week ago,
Mhm.
GQ 33.
Well, I think it matters what we think of a trap. That's the only reason I pulled into it, right, was how I related to a trap of it. And if I think of it, it is a great question. If I think of it from that point of view of how I understand a trap, it's like, for sure it is. Now, is it a cycle? That was another word of it, right?
Yeah.
I don't think a cycle, quote, is a trap. But I can say, like, how I experience the soul's goal. It's like it's not a trap in the sense of how I would, like, it's not the first thing I'd call it, but I'm trapped in fulfilling it. And that's the draw.
Yeah. That's what I was saying about the moon cycles. Is that when I was unaware of the effect that the moon cycles was having on me, I was kind of at the mercy of those cycles.
Yeah.
But now that I'm aware and kind of trapped in that, at the mercy
Yes.
of the cycle.
Yeah.
But now that I'm aware of the cycle, I can, it becomes a power to co-create with.
Mm-hmm.
Because the cycle actually informs me of timing and when I'm in my power. for certain things.
Yeah, or maybe like to, because it's always always in your power. That's like it might be like a focused power. Like there's different focus, dominant, a priority. That might be a better word.
Yeah, there's being in your power, and then there's knowing when to do with it.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what I mean about utilizing the cycle.
Good. I think that's what we seek out all information for.
And that has to do both with timing and doing.
Interesting. Both of those can only exist in the now.
Yep. Well, and that requires wisdom and discernment and trust.
I'd love to get the thoughts of the others.
Yeah, I would too.
My audio's not too cracky this end, guys, but sending love.
Thank you, Joe. Yeah, I'd love to hear some feedback.
Well, Craig, I'm gonna go get some coffee and then I will feedback. If but I'll leave space till then.
Okay. Hey, Allie, I'm just sensing that you have something to say.
I actually don't. I don't. I don't know.
That's perfect. That's really good feedback right now, actually.
A part of me thinks that our true nature and purpose is the only truth.
Which true nature are we talking about?
God speaks in the silence. Only in the
Our
silence.
soul.
Are we talking about the true nature as a soul or true nature
Yeah.
as a human?
as a soul.
So what you're suggesting is that the true nature as a soul is the only truth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just trying to find
capital
that.
T truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and here's what's coming to me around that too. It's integrating that soul, the soul's true nature into a human being,
Oh,
bringing it in. Yeah, bringing it
bringing
in.
it in
And yeah,
and
bringing
realizing
in
it.
and yeah, making it
I
real,
love that. That
integrating
makes it
it,
more understandable.
embodying that true nature, that true soul's nature in a human being. Wow.
Oh, I love that.
Wow.
I feel better about that.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're connected. They always have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's feeling into that connectiveness and knowing, because we feel it. When we know something's right, we feel it in our body.
Yeah.
When our heart
Yeah.
sings, it really sings.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where the trap is.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we're trapped in this body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
With
trapped
them
in this
thoughts.
physical.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the big challenge. That's a big challenge for a soul, is to
To express itself.
express
and-
itself from a space of trapped,
Yeah.
from limitation.
Oh, the limb. Oh, you said that before I got it out.
Yeah.
I was like
Yeah.
so ready to spit that out.
But how can you be trapped in your body if your souls actually came here for that? How does it express itself then if it can't be in a body? Then you're denying your body. Your soul's actually called for this.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Nikki.
Your body
But
is an
the
expression
nature-
of your soul, isn't it?
Yeah. But the nature of your body is limited. Okay. The nature of your soul is not.
That's why it's called experience.
We're not just like ego and higher self.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. And it's finding that balance between the two.
Yeah. It's your soul expressing itself in an unlimited way, despite the fact that it's housed in a limited body and a limited environment. So expressing unlimited from inside limited.
That's where you set yourself free from unconditioned.
Yes, Nikki, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because we came here to be limited. We didn't come
Yes.
here to just be
Yes, Nikki.
the program.
Yes. But part of that limitedness is true nature, and another part of that limitedness is and has been created.
Say again?
Part of the nature of being human in a 3D environment is limited. And that
Who
is
says we're in
that
the
is
3D? Who says we're in the 3 dimension now? Who says that? You?
well, that's the 3D. No, that's the 3D environment that human beings are in. It's a 3D.
How do you know
it's a-
they're in the 3D? How do you know
it's
they're
a
in
3D world.
How do you know that?
The 3D world.
Who told you that? Who? You have proof of that? That people are
No.
all in 3D?
What are you asking?
Because I'm asking you the question. Answer the question. I said, if it's 3D, is everyone in 3D? In your perspective, you said everyone's in a 3D dimension. How do you know that?
Because that's the nature of this creation. It's space, 3 dimensions.
I just think of Mario 64, you know. First Mario, it's 2D. Then Mario 64, we're going 3D. But this is this dimension. There's other dimensions. It's the one we're seeing now.
There's Atlantic dimensions too. There's many, many more. Be beyond the moon. Trust me on that one.
Yeah, but what I'm suggesting is that a human being is multidimensional.
Our truest nature. In our
Yeah, the
heart.
true nature of
So,
the true nature of a human being is multidimensional. However, we're not experiencing our multidimensionality at this time in history, but we're getting closer to it.
It's like we just tune into one frequency, one channel, you know, not realizing there's Sky Plus.
Well, yeah, we kind of make this underlying assumption that human beings are confined to space and time, which is space is 3 dimensions, time is the 4th dimension, and we assume that we're constrained in that. But what I'm saying is, no, we're not.
But as long as we identify with that, we're going to keep experiencing and recycling that until we shift our point
exactly.
of attention and focus.
Well, until we shift our identity.
Shift our identity to the highest, most exciting, most divine.
Because humanity right now has identified with being constrained to the 4 dimensions. We made this assumption that that's the true nature of human beings. And we've built our society and our reality around that assumption.
Everything's assumption as long as it comes to the back down to the truth. That's what it is. We all make an assumptions, but it's actually what is the truth. And like Ali says, the truth will tell you because your body will tell you. It doesn't matter if somebody agrees with it or not. If you know that, then you know that. That's what matters now. Because assumptions, people can have always assumptions. Can have assumptions
and opinions.
Outcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's for you to know now, because you actually got all the answers. You actually do.
I love that, Nikki.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Trust yourself. Trust yourself. You don't need to trust others. Trust yourself.
Yeah. And be kinder to ourselves.
Yeah, there you go.
So what I was saying was that
Yeah,
was
you're
that,
saying what?
that trapped bit was is based on an assumption. It's a created limit.
And how we orient to the word trapped is a trap.
Yeah.
It's a constricted word.
Mhm,
You can get untripped.
mhm. And it's like to say is like, yes, our to live out and experience our soul's true nature, yes, is a trap because it is the only way. It's what we want. And so it's like, yes, the version of a trap is for sure. Yes, it is a trap. But it's not a trap how we want to think of it as a trap because of our wording, the word around
Condition.
trapped. Yeah.
Yeah.
We think that trapped is a bad thing. We don't want it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
No.
not at all. We don't, except for trapped in our true nature. Hell yeah.
Just like an
I
animal
love that.
gets, yeah, like an animal can get trapped. Yeah, an animal can get trapped.
Yeah.
And when that means when it gets trapped, it's wounded. It's hurting.
Yep.
But when you unleash that, then you're left with actually knowing that you can heal. Because it's just a wound. It's not the animal that is actually trapped. It's a wound now that needs to heal. But knowing that is where you get the healing. By untrapping yourself. And stop repeating on the wounds.
There's the cycle again. Yep.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
breaking free. There's free again, free of that wounding of the limitation.
Yeah.
The
That's
cycles.
it.
Mhm.
Yes.
And it's like Joe said earlier, is when we start to do that, then we see things differently. Yes.
Totally.
And then we experience things differently. Yes. And
Totally.
still bigger challenges show up.
Totally.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's it.
Yeah.
The
There's your yes
perspective.
and.
Perspective.
Oh, it makes me feel so good to hear the yes
Perspective.
and.
Yeah. Yes. And that's it. That's it.
The embodied yes and. That's what I love.
Yes. And that's correct. Yeah. That's it. It's all perspective. It's all just allowing to see how you want to see it.
That's right.
Because everyone's got their version. Everyone's got their assumptions. Everyone's got their opinion. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you came here for a reason to know that this is what you've chosen. This is actually what you've chosen. It's not been put on you. The circumstances, the experience that you've gone through in life and all the challenges and obstacles and, oh, poor me, victim. No, it's all you. You came for this.
And we're trapped in it, damn it.
If you want to be trapped, that's another thing. You have the power to, you have the power. Where do you put that power now? That experience, that richly rewarding experience, how are you going to untrap, knowing that you came here and knowing that you have the power now to change it? Where are you putting that power? Because we're not powerless. We're powerful.
I'm trapped in my true nature and purpose. My soul's true nature, my true expression.
Why is that?
Because that is the only way to express and live, not to avoid it. So I'm just playing with the word trapped as our understanding of it, Nikki.
Mm. Yeah,
Right?
but
So if you think of it, yeah, it's like not meaning trapped, that there is no other purpose than a true nature purpose, true identity, our soul's calling. If that's so, in the same understanding of trapped, right? That is the focus.
yeah, but our purpose is to express ourselves. Who says we have to have a purpose? Our true nature is the creator, the actual creator. And the purpose is just to express you, your truth, your love, your wanting, your needing, you giving you what you deservingly know, that you've always known, not just in this generation, but in going back in your ancestors, write down that you the one that was chosen for this. This is why we're here.
And when I speak of that, I speak of that real deep yearning, that real deep draw out of like there's something in that direction that needs your attention, needs your focus. That's about as clear as I can get stuff.
But that's our consciousness. That's who we are. That's where we get to renew ourselves, reborn every single day, that we're not the same.
And that
we're playing the same old 70, 80,000 thoughts we're thinking every day, and we're repeating 90, 85% of the same.
That's right. That's right.
So it's getting out of the whole matrix of knowing, oh, I've got to repeat now the same old. Because when people meet you, they're, oh, yeah, you were this, you were that. Yeah, I was that. But get over yourself, man. You know, if you can't handle the fact that you're dealing with a person that is here, still looking the same, but is different, because that's what we came here for. We came here for difference. We didn't come here to be all one, to be very honest with you. We came here to be unique, because we are unique. We are unique. We are special. Each and every one of us.
And when all of us fulfill our uniqueness, then what?
Then what?
Realize that we're not individual.
You can see yourself in a homeless person. You can see yourself in every single person if you choose to, because you are that person.
Yep. And
that's the beauty of it.
And what kind of society would that look like in this 3D?
Well, I don't see ourselves in a 3D. I don't see ourselves in a 3D. I'm not here in the 3D, so I don't know.
Like, that's very 5D to be able to see 3D, 5D, but the point is that's not a 3D perception. A 3D perception is I'm isolated, separated, 5 cents.
There you go.
See that perspective and see that love in everybody and everything. That's the magic that we desiring to be the norm.
That's it.
And so then what would that be like? What would explain the world to me from that perspective?
We have to experience it when everyone can actually experience it, because you can't live somebody else's experience. You can't live somebody's life. That's the beauty of life on life. You're just growing. It's a growth. Change is something not everyone can accept. They can't adjust to the change. Because it frightens them. It scares them. And if you do change, you will be isolated. Because not everybody can come in agreement, and then you think you're alone. But that is the beauty. And it takes a lot of awareness, consciousness, intentionally focusing where you put your power, all of that. Because believe me, they're going to come for you. They're going to come. And they'll name call you also. Just give it on that one. They'll name call you. Number
Until
one,
they don't.
crazy, for example.
Right. And until they don't.
Until they don't?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Right.
Until they don't? Meaning until you get there or you have arrived?
Until they don't. Until they have arrived.
That's it.
Right. It's like there's a world in which we're trying to demonstrate that people can find a better way of living.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would that be like? It'd be, yes, all those things that you said, aware, compassionate, kind. It's like finding our true selves.
It's the checking box, you know, you check the boxes, like check it to see if you're all in alignment. But you know what? That's not what it is. Because you can be a freaking hot mess and it can be as more powerful as ever. Because it's the focus of where you put in the focus. Your default, your defect, your everything that's wrong and this and that was told, and you think of yourself, if you just discard that and go with what you're going into your heart and say, that is what I'm choosing now. That's divine. And only you can do it. No one else can do it for you.
You know, it all rather than asking what's wrong is to ask what's right.
Is it?
It's as simple as a orientational shift in everyone's life.
Is it? Yeah, is it? Boom.
And then it's like when that happens, then what is life? What is the experience we would have then?
A feeling of knowing.
I can't even imagine what society would look like from that point of view. I just know it'd be a context, right? A contrast different than what it is today.
Everyone's speaking about love. Everyone speaks about peace. Everyone speaks about, you know, but in the end, they not have peace and love with themselves.
Right. And how do you change the world?
And you, the universe. You are the universe.
One heart at a time.
Yeah.
Everyone just needs to do their damn job.
Or just live their life.
That's what I mean. Live their own damn life, right?
Well, I would cancel for me personally, damn life, because I don't see it as a damn.
Well, I do. If
it's demonic.
Here, my point is to draw attention to it. Yeah, is like stop living other people's lives, and that's when they're judging you. That's when they're doing all those things that are frustrating you, and you're in defense of.
Yeah, but our words. I have to be very careful with our words, and that's me as personally, because words are very powerful. They create. We spell words out to others, and we can speak it into their lives or speak it out of their lives. So it's words that are very powerful. You maybe think it means nothing, but it means everything, because you're actually creating it by your mouth, by what you speak. And so when you speak life over every situation, not just 50%, 40, 10, or when you're feeling good, or when things are working out, is when you actually know that you have uncertainty. This is what brings positivity. This is what brings change. It starts with your tongue. It starts with the words that you speak.
and the charge you attach to them.
Exactly, yes. Because through the
So-
words, it changes the thinking. And when it changes the thinking, that's where it starts changing. Because as a man thinketh in his heart, that is who he is. It's the thoughts also that's bringing it out into existence, to non-existence to existence, to non-seeing to seeing. Everything. This is what it starts in the mind. The mind.
So the words don't matter. It's the charge we associate to them.
Words do matter. Words
Mm.
definitely matter. It's what you attach
Right.
to the word. You
There you go.
personally attach to
There
the
you
word,
go.
not others.
So-
It's you.
That's right. So it's the charge we attach to the words.
Exactly. And that's why
Mm.
words where people feel, oh, that's a little trigger. Yeah, that triggers me. If it's somebody says a lesson, oh, that's triggered me because I grew up. I'll show you a lesson or show you this. It's all got to do with. That's why the discernment comes from words, discerning, knowing.
And that's why I enjoyed
What?
mishmashing soul's purpose and trapped.
Yeah, exactly.
Was
Well,
that to
that
see what
comes to me
everyone's
about
response
being
was going to
so-
be?
What's it, Ellie?
Was that to see what everyone's response was going to be? Because
Oh,
that
I knew
came in
because it was
halfway
mine.
through your conversation. Like you were already talking about that when I came in. And I was like, trapped? Really? Now I
Yeah.
understand.
What do you understand?
That Craig was bringing that to our attention to see what kind of charge we had on that concept of our soul being trapped.
Yeah, we
in
kind of
this
found out, didn't
creation.
we?
Yeah, I love it now.
It was a little provocative, yes.
Well,
That's
contrast
how
is
these
very good.
conversations are so good.
Contrast is good.
Yeah, it provokes us to
All
look at
there
things a
is.
different way.
That's all. Contrast is everything.
Yeah.
And if you can't see the contrast, then it's nothing.
Exactly.
And then whatever you do with it is the something.
Exactly.
And that's the key, is to, oh, what is my pattern? What is my cycle with that concept, with that contrast, with that word? Because every word is
Yeah.
charged. It's just individually, and then collectively as a society, there's ways that we all gravitate, orient to certain words. And we can use that in our demonstrations, in our learnings, right? Is to notice where we are trapped.
Why words
That's
change their
value.
meaning over time.
That's right.
You know, they've come to mean something totally different from what
Totally different.
the original
Yeah.
original meaning was.
But God's
Well,
word also
yeah.
says, like when he spoke the word, he said, let there be light. He could have said, let there be darkness.
Yeah.
And then we would have
Well-
been in darkness.
Well, maybe it was, well, there would have had to been darkness first to be able to have light, right?
No, we don't know that. We don't know that.
Well,
He just said, let there be light. Because he was creating from nothing
mhm.
to something and then everything. And that's how we came about. Because we are light. That's all we are.
And so
We're
how do
light.
we know dark? How do we know dark?
You have to ask yourself that question.
It's absence of light.
trapped
But we're
energy.
talking words
we
now.
all
We're
feel.
talking words, the language of how we express it. Yeah. Because it's all about communication for others to be able to come to that level of understanding, because not everyone has that same understanding. So it's allowing, if you're going to speak, then speak words that people can resonate and understand. Because when you start speaking all up there of all the big words that we want to be so highly showing how intelligent and educated we are, let's just get down to the roots of things and let people understand. Because it's more the understanding than speaking, going up into dimensions and dimensions and dimensions.
So why is understanding so important?
Because it is. It just is. How would you know otherwise? A blind man can't lead another blind man. Hello.
They can.
No,
It
they
just depends on
can't.
where
No,
if
they
you're not
can't.
going, if you're not
No, they
like,
can't.
well, yeah, they sure could. I would follow a blind man.
No, come on, Jesse. You know what I'm talking
Well,
about.
well,
That's just overriding the truth of what I was trying to say. And if that's not understanding, that is something that metaphorically understanding, that if you do not know, you cannot
Well,
help somebody else that doesn't know.
Here's my
Yeah.
yes. There we go. There, bingo. I'm going to say that exactly the same way,
Yeah,
right?
but that's just a metaphor what I was speaking about, because you can know that. You've been long on earth. You know what that metaphor means when I say don't need a blind man. Come on, you know that. You were just
No.
But that's
Well, hold on.
okay, because I'm okay with being provoked. The fact that I
No.
just said what I said is about allowing to know what I'm questioning also.
I'm sorry. That is a limited statement to say that I'm not going to follow a blind man.
You said that, not me.
Okay.
You said that.
Yo, guys. Nikki, man, I'm
We're not here, Father Christmas. We are here
I'm
to
feeling,
speak.
listen, I'm feeling a lot of confrontation here
There's
now. I
no
think we just need to
confrontation.
take a
This is where
moment.
you're mistaken, Joe. This is the mistake.
Yeah, passion
People
mistaken,
feel
but like
that
everything,
when somebody's
try-
questioning something or speaking
try-
directly and you don't feel
no, we're picking
comfortable,
holes.
that's when
We're
you
picking
need to be
holes, man.
comfortable, Joe. Not
I'm comfortable. I'm more than comfortable, but
We're
this
not
isn't
Christmas
the
here. If you're going
these
to go
vibrations.
further,
Unless
then you gotta hear somebody. You can't go yo, oh cool, man. Let's just roll up a joint. No, we are here to be realistic. We are here to get answers. If this is now going to go, oh yo, let's all get into each other's friendly faces and smile at each
listen,
other.
I'm not here to get
No, we are
realistic.
not having confrontation
Yo,
here.
big love, Nikki. Yeah, I know
You
we're
see
not.
confrontation. You see confrontation. That's the provoke. That's the provoke, when people can't accept the contrast because it's not coming in agreement, or you feel uncomfortable. Then you go, oh, you're getting attacked. Or hey, I feel a hostility. Or feel then what's the point? What's the point coming here and just like, oh yeah, that's so nice. That's nice. You can't always be
Well, that's
nice.
what you normally sound like, darling.
No, darling, I'm just being me. And if that's not accepted by you, that's cool. I don't need you to be accepted. I don't need to be accepted.
I don't need to accept it. I can accept
But
it. I
it's
can
not a
allow it. But don't worry, I've
yo.
allowed
Anyway,
much
okay,
worse.
I got the message. You made it very clear. It's not
Let's
comfortable. Thank you.
joy. Let's love.
It's all good. I can release the tie. It's okay. The waves are going down. It's too much for you. It's okay. It just shows
This is so too
and
much
how
for
I
me.
can go further.
Okay.
I cannot
All
go
right.
further. So I will stop, Joe. I will stop for you, Joe, because I know I can't go further. And you just expressed that. So thank you. I can lower the tie. No problem. I know how far I can go now. So there you go.
That's it. We're always testing the limits.
Let me ask this. Where do you want to go, Nikki?
No, there's nowhere to go. If there's going to be a platform where you are going so deep with all kinds of things, then why can't we just be what I'm expressing? but it's uncomfortable. And I know that's going to be uncomfortable.
Well, who's going
It's not
deep?
that it's uncomfortable. It's just that, like, the vibe
Yo.
yeah,
What's that
is a
yo,
harmonious
yo,
place.
Christmas? Please, man.
Like,
I
that's what
understand that it's going to be
you're getting mixed up.
uncomfortable. I
You're
told
thinking
you,
I'm saying
Joe,
ho,
and
ho, ho.
I'm dropping it.
Hey,
I'm going to drop
we
it now.
don't,
It's
we
okay.
can't
Take a
have a
deep
conversation when
breath.
we're
Take a
trying to
deep
yell
breath.
over everybody.
Take a deep breath. Deep breath.
Yeah, let's breathe.
Just deep breath into out of your mouth. Let's just practice what we preach. Through your nose,
This
out
is
your
perfect.
mouth.
This is perfect. We're learning in real time.
Another one. We're going for 5, Joe. We're going for 5. We're not going for 2. That's another one. Let's through our nose, out the mouth. Come on, Joe.
You can take up into one of your meditations, Joe. That would be
Yeah,
awesome.
come on, Joe. Another one. We're going for 5, Joe.
Life is the meditation. And this is the meditation right now.
And that's what we learn.
Yeah.
And we just saw what we want to run away from.
Exactly, because women were told to submit. Weren't allowed to use your voice, wasn't allowed to express what you like or what you don't like, because if it's uncomfortable for the masculine, then there's war. Then she's got to know
not
her
necessarily.
place. She's got to know her place.
Let her finish,
Joe.
Joe.
Not express what she's expressing, but that just shows you the masculine. It's not where they need to be still. They've got a long way to go. Got a long way to go. That's what I got to say. Got a long way to go.
I hear it. I accept it. I allow it, and I embrace
it.
This comes with speaking to your spouse, to your son, to the neighbor, to everybody, that they can be able to hear the feminine speak and accept it. But no, they're still not accepting it.
If that's what you think, that's your experience.
No, I'm experiencing what I'm telling you.
Exactly, because you're telling it.
I'm
you're
experiencing what I'm telling you. And I'm
existence.
not, let's breathe, Joe. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, Joe.
No, well, if you want,
your nose,
go
out
like
your mouth. No, we're
go
going
like this
for
all
6
day.
now, Joe. We're going for
now,
6
Nikki.
breaths.
Can Joe have Can Joe have something to say?
To be questioned about it. It's what I'm
No,
sharing, but it was
can he have
obviously not taken in of what I was expressing. So shut up is quite clear. I understand. I can hear it. I hear it. Shut up. I hear it. But it doesn't mean I'm going to apply it, but I can hear it. I know where I can draw the line because I can hear. I can't go further.
Okay.
So it's cool. So
it's more like the collective vibe, of this space. It's like a mastermind, and that's when things start crumbling, when disharmony, like questioning, but not necessarily. It's cool to question, but it's tone. It's the tone. It's like a suspicious.
You can't always come with you hearing what you would like to hear on a tone that you would like. And if that is firing that up, then that's what fires up. Then you can't allow anyone to be themselves then. Because if you want them to come with a tone of voice that you would like, oh, come on. Then I say, well, that's limited.
Okay.
Because sometimes if your girlfriend comes to you and starts
Nikki,
screaming at you, are you going to tell her to shut up? Are you going to tell her to shut up? You're going to tell her to shut up because you can't. You can't handle it. Can't handle it. You separate the men from the boys. That's what happens here.
I don't necessarily see it that way.
Well, I do, because the fact that if somebody comes and they're overreacting or they're overcoming with exertion of speaking, then you can say, hey, what is like, okay, let's pause and let's hear this. But when there's an interaction of continuing, like saying, no, we don't like that tone. No, we don't like this. We don't like that. Then you go, okay, cool. Then you don't like it. Then I obviously, then I know. Because my time is valuable. Your time is valuable. I'm not wasting anyone's time here. If we can't come and share what we want to share, then say, okay, cool. But that's what it is.
I agree. It's equally.
And and goes with everything in every aspect, in every way of interacting. Because as long as we're going to have to interact with people, and we're going to have to be able to communicate. And sometimes people don't have that communication skills of how to actually express till they can express. And that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But most of the time when it's the masculine, feminine, it's always going to interact because the masculine wants to be in control. It wants to be right.
It does.
It's been generations and generations and generations and generations, and still happening today, by the way. The mistreating of the feminine, the mistreating of women, the mistreating of saying, you're speaking too much, you're too much, you're too this, you're too that. She gets killed if she's not wearing a proper dress code. She still gets killed for that. Stoned. Raped. Murdered. Yeah.
And in our relationships, as we work with each other and learn to do that, the best thing I can always remember is it my charge, their charge, or both of our charges? That's the best humility I know.
Well, all of it is coming to be unstuck with programs that we generationally had to deal with.
That's right.
I mean, the things that we're doing now, the work that we even bringing across, we would have been burned to the stick.
Mm-hmm.
We were killed for this.
And maybe
People
we have
died for this. If they ever mentioned anything about you having God and you are God, or you have a piece of God, you would die. They will kill you for the information that we have now.
Or a witch.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
I said, or a witch.
Yeah, witch. We were called witches. We were burned to the stake. Literally.
Wizards, whatever.
Yeah.
All names, all words, all identities, all labels.
Yeah. Very easy to walk away. Walk away, but it's very hard to stand in tension, because tension seeks resolution, and people walk away too quickly. They close the door on you too quickly. They put the phone down too quickly. They get off the call too quickly. They're not ready for tension. They can speak revolution all the damn right. Then I'm going to use damn. I'm going to use damn. Then they speak revolution. Damn all over the place. But when it comes down to one-to-one person, one-to-one that we're trying to change each other one by one, one heart to another, then they quickly close the door. I don't have respect for that. I don't respect that. You have no respect. You don't deserve respect. Don't come preach to me about revolution, one love, one heart, blah, 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 meditation, and then you walk off. Nah, sorry. Disrespect that. Love you, but disrespect you. Because love is my state. This is who I am. I don't hate. I don't hate. I love.
How about judge? How about judge?
I don't judge. No, I don't, because I don't judge myself. I don't judge myself. So I have nothing to judge on you. You show me by your behavior. There's no judging. I get to decide. I get to choose who I want to be around.
I just want to say good night, guys.
Good
I didn't
night,
want to
sleep
just
well.
jump off the call. It's been such a long day today for me. And yeah,
Sleep well.
tomorrow's another day. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, guys. And I absolutely love you all.
Big love, Ellie.
Cheers, Ellie.
Bye, Ali. Thank you for
Bye.
being here.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you all.
Appreciate you. Cycles. Wow.
Rock the boat. Row, row, row my boat. Gently down the stream. Merrily, merrily, merrily. Yeah.
Free falling and free floating. Hmm.
You know what I like about you, Jesse?
What's that?
Seeing your face.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Cycles, awareness.
Mm-hmm.
My resistance, their resistance, our resistance, our tension.
Yes.
Equally united.
Yes.
In what? Love.
Yes.
Love for what? Love
Yes.
for our genius, for our
Yes.
gifts and our greatness.
Oh God, I'm releasing so much now.
Yes,
I'm releasing
and
so much now.
what
That's
is
it.
next?
Amen. That's it. That's it. I'm releasing so much now. That's it. And that is what is needed from the masculine. That is strength. Because that is what we need. We need strength. Not strong, strength. Not who's bigger or stronger. Strength. Because that's the joy. That's the joy that we want to give to the world. The joy of the Lord is your strength. I want to embody that. I don't want to carry any more of what I had to fight for, struggle for. I was told, I know now, this moment. Yeah, that's the moment I want. I want people to stand by me and give me strength as I give it to others.
Yeah, we have to allow them.
Yeah, and I am. And I am, very much so. But are they allowing to receive it? That's another. Because why is it just me? Why does it always have to be me? Why does it always have to be me to make the change? To make other people comfortable? Is that it? Because I make it uncomfortable for them? Because I'm being now me? This is me, man. Do I have to always play small because somebody's uncomfortable? Yes, JC. This is it. This is it, JC. One man standing. There you go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. One man. I only need one. I don't need many, Jesse. I just need one. Not ready for it, man. They're not ready for it. They're not ready for it, but they're gonna have to get ready because it's not going backwards. You maybe not feel comfortable, but I'm telling you, when you really, really can stand, not wanting to be right, not telling somebody what to do, how to be, but allow them to be. You can get so much out of this, but it's still the friction of always wanting to control. It's the control. Let go of the control. Do you hear my tone of voice now? You hear my tone of voice? You know why my tone is like this? Because I'm now knowing that I'm solid ground, I'm heard, I'm safe, and I can be me. And when that happens, you crack open a whole new dimension, a whole new creation, a whole new idea, a whole new of experiencing me. Because I am me. I am gentle. And for me to be here to express that, I have now so much joy that I can now face the fact that there's one man standing. That's strength, man. And that shows me a whole lifetime of living. That's good, eh? Because I know what comes out from this is what has to come birth out of me. Because if I don't, I'm going to play small the rest of my life. Because this is what I'm scared of. This is what frightens the hell out of me. Because I know people are going to walk away. They're going to reject me. They're going to tell me this, tell me that, and they're going to just ride me off. I've done that. I've lived it my whole life. It's like I've experienced this. So now I say, yeah, all the learnings, all the downloadings, all the healing, all the everything, all the showing up, all the being, all the doing when no one else is doing it, following through, disciplining myself, yeah? Wow. This is the power right here. This is the work to stand in the tension. This is it. Because you're hearing me now. I know this much. You're hearing me. You're hearing you're hearing me. I can feel that. I know it. Space, the allowing, the mission to just allow me to breath. It's nothing for you to do. I have the answers. So thank you. Energetically, I want to thank you. I want to thank you from every being in my body, every cell in my body. I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for always being there. I want to thank you for showing up when I didn't want to show up. I just want to thank you for allowing me to heal inside me. And I truly, truly know that it's not a fight anymore. I can come in harmony, I can come in peace, and I can come with a gentleness and softness in knowing that I can now be coming out of my little checkbox, because everyone had to check me, check. Good little girl, be a good little girl now. Good little girl.
Yeah. May you release that always having to fight.
That's it. And you feel that. Yes, you do feel it. I know it. I can feel it in my body. My body doesn't lie. It's released it. It's out there. And so now I can come in a space where I'm mature enough to know when to speak and when not to speak. Because I know it was provoking. I know it was. I could feel it. I could understand. But it was a test. I was testing the waters, you see. Yeah, and maybe that's whatever. I was testing it. People say a lot of things, but when they get tested, they show me. They show me over and over and over. So it's pointless telling me if you're not going to show me and demonstrate that you're right here, you're ready now, you're ready, take it on. But no, they get off because they haven't got the freaking idea of what is actually happening, because they're all trying to figure it out in their heads. Not one of them went into their heart. They just heard the tone, they just heard words. It didn't go deeper than the crack. So I don't want to spend any more of your time. I think I have to thank you, because this time for me, I actually feel like I could cry, because it's so powerful for me that you here, and the demonstration and the example. I longed for it my whole freaking life. I've longed for this. But once in my life, that somebody can stand by me. And even if I am crying, and even if I am coming across whoever, whatever, there's somebody once in my life can stand by me and not abuse me, not reject me, not put me down, tell me I'm this and tell me I'm that, but just coming into the crack and saying, I see that light. I see your light. I see your light. I see your light. And I'm here to hold space.
The world needs more of it.
That is God. That is God in the flesh. Right now, this is God. This is God's love, God's acceptance, God's approval. Your hot mess, how you look, how you sound, doesn't matter. Because God's going to do a work in you that is greater than greater. Because He's called you for this time and space to be the example. And being the example is not an easy place. It's not easy to have the example, to be the example, to demonstrate it. When it's all dark,
and it's lonely and you're lost and you just get trotted over and over and over and over and over. Not good enough, not good enough, not good enough, not good enough. Not good. So yeah,
It's
thank
exhausting.
you.
Mm.
Yeah, I released a lot, and it's not just venting. This is my soul speaking. If you want to get down to the nitty gritty, this is my soul. This is me cracking up a hard shell that I had to carry all my life to protect myself from being abused, from being raped, to being rejected. Yeah. So don't tell me if you don't know my story. But if you walk away from me, I close the door on you. I do not open that door again. And that's my life right now. I'm not opening to energies that are here to tell me if they're not willing to stand by me. And if you're quick enough to walk away, you're quick enough to keep walking, because I don't open that door anymore. This is where your inner circle becomes very tight, because I cannot be friends with everybody then. I have to be selective, because where I'm going is not for everybody. It's not.
And we invite them all there.
Yes, of course. But when you have to stand and know that you're in a place of real openness and vulnerable, you got to protect your heart too. It comes levels of protection, of knowing that you got to know. You can't have people just coming in and just like just taking for the take when it's all good, and then when it's bad, then they walk away. Or we talk a good or bad, or not pleasant or pleasant or whatever, then they walk away. This is society, man. They reject. When it doesn't work for them, they're quick to they're quick to divorce you. They're quick to divorce you, man. If they're truly in their hearts, and they truly want to make a difference, and they truly say what they want to say, you'll stand in the tension. That's the tension seeks resolution.
It's a good example of it. That is, tension always seeks resolution.
Yes. Look what it's just done now. It's resolved. Everything has been resolved in a matter of 5 minutes after the call. Tension has to come. This is what we're afraid of. We're afraid of the tension. We're afraid to hear somebody's real intentions of heart calling and knowing and feeling, because it doesn't agree with you.
Thank you for the lesson today, Nikki.
No, it's not. Yeah, the lesson, when I say lesson, I thank you for allowing me unfold so many layers here. When you talk about real freedom, this is how I want to leave a call. And this is what I felt in my heart this morning, that this is what I knew. I didn't predict it, I just knew it. And so for me to get off this call now is what I want to feel. And when I leave somebody, this is how I want them to know how to feel better about themselves. And that is my calling, that it's not about being, this big, because what is that? Because I live for the little things in life. I don't despise small beginnings. I smile to someone and I know I'm making a difference.
Yeah.
And even if they don't smile back, months later, they come back to me and say, Nikki, that smile every morning, I was a little like, yeah, you made my day, yeah? Months later, yeah? I get it months later, even a year. And just consistently just being me and allowing me to know that this is who I want to project to the world. Yeah. But it takes it takes strength. It really does. This is my word for the day, strength. It takes strength to be you. And to know who are your tribe, who is really there, and who do you want as an inner circle. So you know what I said to my sister Debbie? In the Bible, they talk about the veil. Who's behind the veil? You know that?
Mhm.
Yeah, who's behind the veil? The inner circle. And I got to say, I know who's behind the veil now. So thank you. I love you, Jessie.
Love you too, Nikki, and thank yourself. Yeah.
I
Don't
am.
wanna
I
forget
really
that.
am thanking myself. You know, the thing is, yeah, that's just such a wonderful way of just showing up for myself, you know, because this is how I've always wanted. I just want to show up for myself. I don't want to hide. I don't want like, you know, feel like I'm like, just, you know, I've had people, just that's what it is. And I've had to live that. I've had to see that. And it was something that I really that didn't want to happen. Never wanted that to happen. But later on, you know, when you realize that whatever you had to do it because it was very uncomfortable. But in the end of the day, not to say it was good or bad, but when you look back and you said, thank you for leaving me. Thank you for leaving me because you actually did me a favor. You know what I mean? Because that was my main thing here is that when I do get to be me, not everyone's going to like it. And am I ready for that? Am I really ready for that? Yes, I am. Yes, I am ready for it because they're doing me a favor. I'm not wasting their time and they're not wasting my time because I don't have time to waste. I'm at a place in my life that this is my second half of my life. And I'm here to be in every moment of knowing, am I right with me?
That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's really, yeah. And I'm not
All
fighting my
matters.
demons. I'm not fighting demons anymore. I'm not fighting the past anymore. I'm not fighting this one or fighting that one and thinking, oh, no. But I am wanting and I'm choosing the people in my life now that are ready to fight for me. And that, my dear, the battle's won. The war's over. Because I know where I'm going. I know that people are not going to come along with me. I know that much. I know this much. I'm witnessing it already as I speak. But what I do know is I'm just knowing in this path, I believe in choosing and knowing the people that are with me are really with me.
Yeah,
In
choosing is
any
different
form
than
and shape.
fighting.
Yeah,
Choosing
any
is
way I
different than
come.
fighting. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But you know, God says, fight the good fight of faith, hey, Jesse?
Yeah.
Sometimes there you go, fight. You got to fight sometimes to fight for the good, fight for the faith. When you don't see it, fight for you, fight, thank you, fight for you. Not fight with you, fight for you. Believe in you. Stand in you, in your sovereignty and saying, I know and I understand and I feel you because I've been there. I've done that. I know. Until you know, you can't tell somebody else. This is all I'm saying. And I know that this is what I have prepared myself for because I've got to prepare myself. Because, the worst thing that I've ever thought not to be rejected, and I've been rejected my whole life. So I'm not the victim of that anymore. I've become the victorious of knowing anyone that rejects me, I redirect myself. That's all. It's not God's just protecting me. Because it's protecting me. I'm protected. I'm not here as a wounded out there. Somebody can just walk over me or take from me or take it. No one can do anything. No harm can come to me. Only if I allow it. No offense can come to me. Only if I allow it. And that's a practice where I've practiced it and I've understood it. Yeah. But I honor that. I honor that. I honor everybody and I appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody.
Good. Yes. Have a great day. Be strong.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Absolutely.
All right.
Cheers.
Great.